If you're going to do a lot of kettlebells, whether they're jerks, snatches, or even strength, you're definitely going to want to get one of these tools that help you recover. So if you're into kettlebells at all, one of the most important things to do is take care of your forearm and hand, finger tissue. Okay, so all the muscles that control your grip, all the muscles that control your elbow, there is so much when it goes into kettlebell training because there's high repetitions, you're going heavier weight, it's just chronic repetitive gripping. Okay, so here's one of the most important tools that I would have outside of a kettlebell for recovery. This is called the Armaid tool. Okay, so basically it's like a clamp that you're using for trigger point work on certain areas of your forearm. So your wrist flexors, your finger flexors, your wrist extensors, all that stuff that gets so used and so sometimes abused by doing a lot of kettlebells, a lot of heavy stuff. But anyway, I first worked with this company in 2012, and I post the video down below. This is the newer reiteration of this tool, the Armaid tool. As you can see, you can put different little attachments in there. Here's a regular one that I like to use. It's the white. This is actually the rubber one. But anyway, so what you do is they've made a lot of upgrades since. So you're going to have a foam roller on one side. You can switch it to do different areas. Here's the targeted points, as you can see. So you can put it on your quad or wherever. You can put it somewhere else. But you put your arm in through there. And then I'm going to work on this area. I'm working on that. So those finger extensors, for some reason to me, are getting a lot of tension. They're just staying really, really tight. Now that because I might be doing something at work, it could be anything. It could be playing a lot more guitar, but mostly it's from the amount of kettlebell training and grip work that I do. So I'm going to flip that over. I'm going to work on the inside where a lot of snatches and a lot of your grip happens. So right there. The thing is about kettlebells, so some people go and jump into a lot of weight really, really fast, and they might have an injury. So like a quick trauma that might give them some really, really tight tissue, so you strain the muscle or something. But more likely than not, you're going to get into that repetitive use injury where you just get that chronic tightness. And people just think the tighter the muscle, the better. Not necessarily. You want optimal. You want the muscle to be tense when you want it to. You don't want it to be tense all the time, okay? So when we have tension all the time, so that tissue, the muscle is being told, hey, I'm going to stay tight. What's pulling on? It's pulling on ligaments, right? So then we start developing, like tendons, we start developing some tendonitis issues from that constant tension. So a lot of people get tennis and golfers elbow from doing kettlebell work, and anything you do really with a kettlebell involves gripping, okay? So if you're always gripping something, that's when I have people that have a hard time with kettlebell snatching. It's constant gripping. You're catching that weight, cleans and so forth. You have to be able to take care of your tissue. And this tool, I mean, I think this was around, just say around $70 or $80 to $100 range. There's different ones with different attachments. It's the same base. You switch the attachment by this, just pulling it out. Say I want a lighter thing. I'm looking for increasing blood flow or something like that. So I add this lighter roller, click it in there, and now I have that. And maybe that's the first thing that I mean, that feels amazing to me. I'm always working on taking care of my tissue because if I'm gonna ask it to do a lot, I want to do it. I want to do something to take care of it. This is easy just to sit. If you're, you're sitting at home watching TV at night, you can work on that. Ooh, right there. You can work on your arms. You can work on bicep, tricep, stuff like that. You can pop it out there, get it bigger. I can put it right up here. Literally put it in there, and I can start working on holding that bicep and letting it slowly extend or something like that. I can work on external, internal rotation and really kind of go against the fiber of the tissue. A lot of different things. You can do pin and stretch. There's so many things. You can just do regular trigger point therapy work, but I highly recommend that you get a couple books like this. You can order them fairly cheaper. The trigger point therapy workout was probably the best $20 that I've ever spent when it comes to taking care of myself. You can see how used this thing is. I mean, here's notes from COVID for a program, KBOMG, one of the originals. But anyway, there's stuff in right here. So I'm working on coracobrachialis, working on pec minor, different things where kettlebells really get into taking, giving you kind of like a little beating, even lighter stuff. But anyway, fascinating book. Get a couple of different books like this that are kind of easier to read. You don't have to be a perfect, you don't have to have a high knowledge in biology or whatever, but it says, hey, this muscle, here's the part that hurts, here's the place to work on to fix that. That's what you want to do. This can take care of a lot in the forearms. It can even do stuff in the calves. But if you're doing kettlebells, you need one of these, okay? So hopefully this helps out. Armaid, 100% would recommend to anyone that's doing kettlebells with this. Like I said, since 2012, I've had so many of these. Have a good one.